Hello, beloved audience.
Oh, that's back again.
I was thinking that as I was saying it.
Is that why you said it so slow? You're like, I'm unsure about this as I say it, but I'm committed, so I've got to finish it.
That's basically what happened there, yeah.
Good
So
stuff.
given that the 4th of July is right around the corner, it's only appropriate that we talk about Independence Day today, because it is this week. Certainly is.
Yep. Just a few days away.
So, before we talk about the movie itself, this movie was huge when it came out. Huge.
Biggest movie that year.
I think it was the second highest grossing movie of all time at that point. I want to say.
I believe it. I mean, it's kind of presented like an event movie.
Yeah, I think at the time it was second to Jurassic Park, I want to say. That sounds about right. Because it came out, 97 or 96? 96. Yeah, maybe. This was 3 years after Jurassic Park. Couple of Jeff Goldblum's in here, too. So, he was just living on top of the world back then.
It's prime Goldblum, this was.
And there's a lot of big-name actors in this. You have Will Smith, you have Jeff Goldblum, you have the guy from Spaceballs. You have, I can't remember his name. Robert
Judd Hirsch.
Yes. Robert Loggia.
Bill Pullman.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
And a baby Mae Whitman. She's not as famous, though.
No, she isn't. But there's a lot of really big-name actors whose characters' names I can't fucking remember. I guess I'll start there. This movie has no plot at all. The movie is just aliens are here. They're going to kill you. There's no reasoning with them, so we're going to blow them up. That's this movie. And yeah, it's basically all I got for the plot.
Wow. Man, after all that praising for Alien, which definitely has no plot, that you're gonna rip into Independence Day.
Oh God, I like Alien so much more than this. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Nothing happens in Alien for the bulk of it. In this, there's stuff constantly happening. It's 46 minutes of tension, which is released in a huge way.
That
was not sexual.
It sounded sexual. But oh my God, where do I fucking begin?
Yeah, you want to make fun of something? It's the weird abbreviation of the title, ID4.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Like, what is this fourth movie? Is this a fourth movie? I really wish it had become a franchise. ID4, ID4 2, which they didn't use. ID4 3, ID4 4. No, we didn't go that.
I love that movies, for example, like Scree 4M. I love when movies do that. It's so funny to me.
Fantastic.
Transformers.
I don't remember that one.
It was on the marketing for a lot of the toys.
See, that would actually make sense, though.
It's just, I love when they do that because it makes no sense. It's so stupid, but so I'll be real with you about this movie.
You watched it wrong?
Sure, but it bored me.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. Again, the fact that you can sit through Alien, which is so ridiculously slow, and be like, yeah, this is good stuff. But then this, which has stuff happening constantly, and you're like, nah, I'm bored.
Nothing was exciting about this movie to me. And, like, who's the main character?
There isn't one. There doesn't have to be.
I want to know who the main character is.
Why do you need a main? You keep doing that with the movie. It doesn't matter.
I need to know.
It really doesn't matter. There isn't one, though. I mean,
in my headcanon, Will Smith's character is Jay from Men in Black, who's been neuralized so many times he has no idea what's going on.
Okay. Even though Men in Black hadn't come out yet, but sure, okay.
It's just funny. No, two space movies back to back.
No, but I mean, like the president, Steve, David, and Russell are all basically equally important in the story.
I love how you remember their names. I can't remember their names.
Well, that's their names.
I don't remember their names. I don't remember anybody's name.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know the president's first name.
Like, I'll be real. I didn't give a shit about any of these people. Couldn't care less.
Yeah, you watched it wrong.
And like, I kind of laughed when those people were like, aliens abduct us, and they just get nuked. That part made me chuckle.
Well,
it's like, well, you're all idiots, and you're going to die today.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm glad the dog lived.
Oh yeah, no, Dog's got the best shot in the movie. Are you kidding me?
Oh, dude, when he's jumping in the explosion behind me, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm safe."
No, I'm kidding. That is ridiculous, but I've always it's funny. It's a funny shot.
I mean, look, I to give praise because I don't want to be a dickhead the whole time.
Oh, too late.
It is impressive for the time.
No,
Visually,
this has some of the best practical effect work of any movie to this
like
day.
the spaceship that actually looks really cool. I'm not a big fan of the harvesters themselves.
Which it's funny that it's like we know now that they're called the Harvesters, but that name didn't come up until 20 years later.
I'd say they are never named in
No.
this movie. I think they call them like space locusts at one point. Is like the nickname.
That's how they describe what they're doing, just moving from planet to planet after the president sort of gets mind raped. The
one guy's like being tentacle dragged and like, free me. I swear I've seen other franchises do that where the aliens are using a human vessel to talk.
Well, in this case,
I think does that.
Yeah, in this case, like they don't even have mouths, so they kind of have to use somebody to talk through.
Yeah, so I don't know if this was the first series to do that, but I know I've seen other franchises do that before. I can't even say series. There's only 2 movies.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to become. There were supposed to be more after Resurgence, but it didn't. Resurgence didn't do well enough, so it kind of ended there.
Yeah, and like I think I was texting you as I was watching it. I was like, Jesus, there are so many characters in this movie, and I don't.
Again, there's only the 4 that you need to focus on. Basically, there's 4 plot lines. It's the president, Steve, David, and Russell. So everybody past them are basically side characters within their own portion of the story.
So basically, Will Smith, the president, and Jeff Goldblum are the ones that matter. Gotcha.
And Russell, which is Randy Quaid.
Oh, is he the guy that like sacrificed himself?
Oh yeah, the one that kind of saves everyone. Yes, that's he matters.
Okay, so here's the thing about that. Was I supposed to care when he kamikaze? Because I didn't.
Not necessarily. Like I guess you're not supposed to fully care about the character, but it matters.
I mean,
how he feels about his kids matters. Like,
do
you really think?
I was like watching it. I was like, is this supposed to be like this big like send off to this super important character? Because I didn't even know his name.
They definitely said his name a number of times. You were not paying attention.
I just didn't give a shit. It was a cool shot of him kamikazing into the laser.
It's a phenomenal shot.
And I will admit, I liked when the president was like, "No, I'm getting in the plane, and I'm going to win the front lines." It's like, okay, cool, you're doing your job, buddy.
But, no, Bill Pullman in this probably plays the best movie president of all time. Like,
I actually cannot argue with that. Yeah,
this dude's phenomenal.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That I'll give.
Like he's kind to everyone, but he also doesn't take any crap and doesn't make rash decisions.
And I did love the part where Will Smith, as soon as he sees the harvester, he doesn't give a shit. He just punches it in the face.
Welcome to Earth. Yeah, no, that one always gets called back too.
He didn't care. I was like, oh, you're all about business, buddy. I like that.
When the guy later, when he takes the helicopter and he's just like, just tell him I hit you.
That was pretty cool.
He just makes the face like, huh?
Will Smith is the best character in the movie, but he's also just being Will Smith. So,
yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's pretty much who he usually plays.
Yeah, Will Smith's playing Will Smith. Shock.
No, I mean, it's weird that you find this movie boring because again, I think it goes nonstop, but not like Transformers '86. It remains unlike that. This remains easy to keep up with, but I feel like stuff is constantly happening.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting here. I was watching it, and I was just like, okay.
All right, so you didn't like the 46 minutes of tension because that's the first 46 minutes is holy crap, there are aliens that we didn't even notice until they got past the moon. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, but here's this person that I don't care about. Here's this guy. Here's this person. I don't give a fuck about you people.
Yeah, again, see, that's how I felt about most of the characters in Alien.
Yeah, see, I like them a lot more than the people in this movie.
This is never gonna make sense to me.
This is just. Maybe I'm just not big on disaster movies. That might be.
Oh, I love disaster movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie since the 90s.
Yeah,
And
maybe that's a problem you should have been following up.
and then watching this again nearly 30 years later, I was like,
Yeah, guys,
this is
God,
really stupid.
I cannot believe this movie turns 30 next year.
That's crazy. I feel so fucking old. But I mean, this director, I mean, he's like the go-to for disaster movies.
Oh yeah, it's even now. I think I don't know if he's done anything since. The last one I remember him doing was Moonfall, which didn't do well. But
I heard that failed. Oh, he's doing a Stargate reboot.
That's interesting.
I've never seen Stargate.
I have not seen that in a long time. I feel like I used to like it when I was a kid, though.
The only movies of his I've seen are this, Godzilla, and 2012, I want to say.
I think he did Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, and Day After Tomorrow, I have seen that too. That's probably his best movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I would also put this up there with Day After Tomorrow. So
I know it's one of his highest reviewed movies for sure. And I know a lot of people like this movie. I'm probably the minority.
Oh, for sure. By far, you are the minority on this one.
Honest to God, like if I could just turn my brain off, be objective for a second, it is a just fun watch popcorn, drink beer, drink soda type of movie.
It's literally a 4th of July movie.
I don't know what I was expecting, but
they come out for 4th of July, right around 4th of July. Like it's the 4th of July movie.
The speech he gives, though, this will be our Independence Day, that was pretty good.
Oh, it's one of the top 2 speeches of all time. The only other one I think that even comes close is the one in Pacific Rim.
I knew you were going to say that, too. For some reason, Idris Elba in Pacific Rim.
They're the best, too. And it's not just the way they're written. It's the delivery. It's just so freaking good.
We are canceling the apocalypse.
I mean, like, they try to give Bill Pullman the same kind of moment in Resurgence, and it just doesn't at all.
Ooh. That's part of the problem with doing a follow-up so many years later is just, who cares?
Yep. Yeah. I find Resurgence fun, but it's not nearly as good. Much like Prey, the ship in this shows up immediately. Like it's one of the first things. It's the first thing that happens in this, actually.
Like it's literally like the first minute of the movie is the ship shows up. I find it kind of funny how a computer virus was able to just disrupt the Harvester's entire operation.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun. It's actually funny because a lot of people hate on that plot point because it's like, well, how did you give a virus to this advanced species? But it actually makes a point of saying that like our tech is based on their tech. So it's a bit far-fetched still, but there is some reason to why you can.
The fact that he got there from someone saying a cold.
Yeah, no, that's that's been a thing for a long time. That somebody says something unrelated, and then another character goes, "What did you just say?" Like,
there's a point where South Park makes fun of that, and because they have Jeff
like that
coming up to these stupid conclusions out of nowhere.
Oh, so specifically this?
Yes.
I thought you were just meant like the trope because it is.
No,
it's
they have Jeff Goldblum in a South Park episode specifically coming to these ridiculous conclusions with unrelated sentences.
You know, I thought you'd just love this movie because they throw in a "Must Go Faster" as a direct reference to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, they did. One line does not make you love a movie.
Come on, man! They referenced your favorite movie. The one of the points that keeps coming up that I am always curious about, and I think it is supposed to be that it did happen, is whether or not Russell actually was abducted by aliens.
I was gonna mention that
because it's so funny that like after the aliens show up and he says, "When I was abducted by aliens," and everybody looks at him like he's crazy, even after the aliens are already there. Like, that might have actually happened, right?
They leave it very ambiguous.
But I think the implication is that he actually was, and he started drinking because of it.
It's possible, but it's also
not started drinking, but
a lunatic.
Yeah, it could be either way, but I feel like it is supposed to be that did happen.
I think my favorite part of the whole movie was when Will Smith was dragging the alien in the desert and he starts kicking him.
Yeah.
That made me laugh, actually.
Yeah, apparently when he yells, "And what the hell is that smell?" I guess that was Will Smith reacting to the actual smell of that the salt plains.
Oh, that's awesome.
I guess they actually do have a weird smell, and it was just an improv line or something.
And then they actually they bring it up later when they're trying to harvest the harvester. Yeah,
Harvest the harvester.
So
Oh no,
assuming
another.
all the Goonie scientists died after the harvester attack, I think.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really show what happens to them. Seems like the room went into lockdown, and you don't really see them after that.
You don't know if he killed them or not. It's implied.
Have you seen Resurgence?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So Brent Spiner, the one that he plays, that doctor.
Yeah.
It makes it look like he died in this one, but I guess with the sequel, they felt it was ambiguous enough that they basically they had him in a coma. He was just in a coma for 20 years.
Oh. Okay.
So no, he did. At least he did not die.
Sure. All right.
But I mean, they do make him look pretty dead, though.
Yeah, because I thought like he was choked out.
Well, I'm pretty sure at the time that this movie came out that he was dead.
Because I feel like this movie could have worked as a standalone. I don't think you needed a follow up.
Well, it was a stand. They didn't make a sequel until 20 years later. It was a standalone.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like a lot of these movies don't need sequels.
But you know, anything that has the potential to make money, they're gonna at least take a shot at it.
Yeah.
You know, something that's crazy is how massive these ships actually are, and they're only a small piece of that main mothership.
Did you ever play the game?
Independence Day game?
Yeah.
I can't say I did because I don't know which one you're talking about.
It was on the PS1. It was like a flight simulator game.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I don't. That's not ringing a bell at all.
It certainly existed.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of video game based movies were really bad back then.
Yeah, and then every once in a while you get a standout like Spider-Man 2, which honestly only stood out because of the swinging.
It looks terrible. The fighting kind of sucks, but the web swinging is fun.
Yes.
I don't
it's
think
pretty great.
Video game movies anymore.
Or, no, not so. What they'll usually do is they'll release an unrelated thing, like sort of like, I don't know, you got like a Mad Max game coming out that has nothing to do with the movie, but it's close enough to the movie release, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that game actually came out around the same time as
anymore, which is probably a good thing. What?
Yeah, like the direct one. Yeah, I don't think they really do that anymore.
Thank God. They're learning.
It is pretty crazy how far into the movie Will Smith shows up in this.
I was actually, because I was watching it, and I don't remember him taking that long to appear.
It is a long time, and it's just funny because he's up front in the marketing, which is also funny because he was like, this is still one of his earliest movie roles.
And he's top billing, which is crazy to me. Because I think he was just shy off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when this came out.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, because this, and when did Bad Boys come out?
I think it was actually the same year right before this.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, because Fresh Prince ended in 96, which was the same year this came out.
So yeah, this is... Wow, okay, so yeah, that all happened at the same time. Fresh Prince ends...
Men in Black was a year later?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, but big year and a half or so for him.
The fact they did 2 Alien movies back to back is insane to me. I'll give you a guess which one I like better.
No idea.
Not a clue. So for me, I could see the appeal of the movie, honest to God. It just kind of bored me.
That's so weird. I feel like this movie's very eventful.
I was sitting there watching the plane fight at the end, and I was like, okay.
How can you find that scene, any of the plane scenes, boring?
It did nothing for me, bro.
I'm even if I somehow found them boring, which I'm not that insane, so I don't. The fact that they're almost entirely practical, like as much as possible, is insane.
Like they look good, but they're not exciting for me.
I like this moment when
it's like
David...
Megan Fox in Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, she looks good, but she can't act. So what the fuck?
God. I like this moment when David pinpoints his ex in the White House, which Like now, that's like, oh yeah, you can do that. Just gotta have a Find My Friends app. But in '96, that should have been pretty much impossible.
Well, he's he chaos theory.
Oh my god, come on. I feel bad for the guys on the welcome wagon, the helicopter that just went to flash some lights and say hello, and they just get blasted
You know who I felt bad for more than anybody was the president's daughter.
because she's just in the middle of it and I'm
Her-
sleeping.
Dude, that actually made me go like, oh, that's rough. That actually made me feel bad.
It's supposed to. Good, you felt the right way about a scene. That's good.
Something got to me.
But seriously though, I mean, I just, how can you not, after all that tension building up and then just that huge scene, which is like 4 minutes of absolute destruction, Empire State Building, the White House, which those are the main two that it shows. There's one more building, which I mean, you don't really realize that's happening all around the world at the same time. You don't see it, but it is.
My favorite part of the whole movie was when they shot the people that were like, forgive my yawning as I'm talking through this, but they were, the people are like, abduct us, and the aliens like, nope, fuck you, and they just nuke them. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, you're also leaving out that you just woke up and watched this movie like 3 hours ago.
I don't want to tell them that.
That probably doesn't help.
They don't need to know all that.
They do need to know in this situation.
So for context, I was gonna watch this movie last night because I usually watch the movies you review the day before. My power went out till after 1 a.m, so I wasn't actually able to watch this movie until this morning.
So you watched this movie in an improper state of mind. Got it. Everything is explained now.
There you go. It's been fun. My life's been fun, but I can say I do see the appeal of the movie. It's just not for me.
It would be hard not to see the appeal of this, honestly. Again, just that destruction scene alone, which, again, you just said not too long ago, it was in the marketing, and I'm like, it shouldn't have been.
Yeah,
but it had to be, I guess.
The first teaser trailer for this movie is just the ship blowing up the White House.
That sucks, because, I mean, you're right. I mean, I was too young at the time to remember, but yeah, that's a big moment. I feel like you shouldn't know that that's going to happen, but it has to be in the marketing, doesn't it?
It's literally all they showed, and they give you no context, nothing else. It's like, what?
Honestly, it's like
a lot of Roland Emmerich movies do that, where the trailer doesn't show you freaking anything. Like Godzilla, I think doesn't. You never see him. You never see anything. It's just, oh, Godzilla, and then you see Godzilla, and it looks nothing like fucking Godzilla.
Well, that's why he is now a separate designation, Zilla, which is canon in some of the timelines for Godzilla, which is crazy. Which one was it?
Final Wars.
Was it Final Wars? No. There's another one. There is another one where they don't show him, but they like reference something happening in New York, and I'm like, did they just talk about the '98 Godzilla movie?
They might have. I just know he's in Final Wars and just immediately dies.
I think it might have been. Was it Shin Godzilla? No.
Could have been Shin Godzilla. I've never seen Shin Godzilla.
I can't remember which one. I just know I watched one of the Godzilla movies that came out after, and it referenced the '98 movie, and I'm like, did you what?
I guess that movie is canon.
Well, again, it depends on the timeline because there's 50 different Godzilla timelines.
Godzilla has more timelines than Final Fantasy. I swear. Oh my god.
So, but seriously, you're telling me you did not like that destruction scene because you're not a disaster movie dude?
It didn't do anything for me.
That sucks, and because the scale of those lasers, I mean, you really just see the building explosion, but then you don't. It shows a couple of wide shots, but you don't really realize like those leveled the cities that they were over completely. How about Area 51 turning out to be real?
That was
revealing that they visited before.
Dude, that was something else. What do you want us to do? Die? Okay, simple enough.
Yep, that's actually exactly what I have written down. What is it you want us to do? Die? Well, that's pretty straightforward. It's exactly what I have written.
Like, there's no like misunderstanding here. Like, no, the aliens are just assholes.
Oh yeah, No, they are harvesters. I think that's why they chose that name.
And there are some series where it's like, oh no, they're misunderstood. They're only retaliating, like Ender's Game, for example.
Yep. No, this is
So here they're just evil.
cut and dry. Like you have no reason to feel bad about killing these
No,
dudes.
they're just kill them. It's fine.
You got some great detail on the close-ups of the exosuit when they're dissecting.
Yes, you do. I actually had a toy of one of the exosuit aliens back in the day.
Did it open up and show the little dude inside?
I think it did.
Which, because it's funny that they're actually quite small and squishy.
Yeah. I don't think I'd have to go back and look at the trailers. I don't think the trailers ever show you any of the harvesters.
Like you mean at all or inside the suit?
I don't think they show it at all.
I could, yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't obviously. When am I going to see the trailer now?
On YouTube, I guess, but
you'd have to go out of your way to see it, and it's going to be in what 480p at the most.
It might be on the 4K or something.
Ooh, maybe I should go back and watch it.
A lot of the trailers are on like the Blu-ray 4K releases. So maybe I don't know. Granted, who's going to go watch the trailer for this 1996 movie now? But unless you're really into that kind of stuff.
Well, you could find out by going to find the trailer and seeing how frequently people are commenting. That'll tell you who's going to go back. Although people don't comment as much as they used to.
No, they don't.
I'm not sure what that's about.
I don't either. I guess it's just people don't like communicating anymore. I don't know. I also don't like communicating because I hate people. So.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Yeah, see you later. But, whew, yeah, they're dicks. And like, how do they keep this? I love how even the president doesn't know about Area 51. Like, of all people, the president?
2 words. Plausible deniability.
Yeah. I just feel like the president would be, like, in the know about stuff.
No, I get the logic. Like, let the Secretary of Defense know, but not the president. So if the president is asked, he can legitimately, honestly say, no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But the fact that there's so many people who do, like the Secretary of Defense knew, and there's all those people working in Area 51 that know. Like, there's a lot of people that know about it.
But not the president of the United States.
Yeah.
I love how the vice president just dies off screen and you never see him.
I guess he does. No, one of the things I like about this movie, though, is even everybody and everything that ends up seems insignificant ends up being important. Like, David's racing his way to his ex just because he's like, she's in the White House. There's a ship above the White House. Like, I need to get there to get her out now. And then he ends up saving both her and the president as well as everybody else around them.
I love how they make it a point to say Jeff Goldblum's character doesn't have his driver's license. That made me laugh.
Kind of random, but yeah.
I don't know why they went out of the way to mention. A lot of people live in New York City, don't have their license, but I don't know where he lives.
Yeah. I mean,
he was married, he had a wife, and he punched the president in the face at one point, but he doesn't have a driver's license.
Maybe, like Russell, he too is a drunk, and he actually just lost his license.
He starts smoking cigars at the end of the movie, so, anything's possible.
I could get used to it.
I did find it funny how he was just casually riding his bike around in that little facility place, wherever he was working at.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, that's cool. That's just David.
And I love how what was the one dude's name that was like talking like this?
I always forget that actor's name, but yeah, he was in a number of things in the 90s. Like he was in Mrs. Doubtfire.
He just dies.
Yeah, that sucks.
He just dies.
He's trying to get out, and he got trapped in the explosion.
I want to say he was the only named major character besides the guy who sacrificed himself to die, but I could be wrong about that.
I don't know.
Like I said, I didn't give a shit about any of these people, so whatever. So basically, what you guys are getting out of this is I'm a dickhead. I'm not a big fan of this movie. Cody likes it.
Most people do. I'm sorry. It's weird that you don't.
This is the opposite of last week, where I liked the movie and he didn't.
Well, because the movie last week actually is boring.
Oh, you're wrong. Fuck you.
But it is, though.
Well, I thought this was boring, so shut up. Regardless, do you have anything else you want to say about this movie?
You told me to shut up.
Well, you can talk. You now have the floor.
Okay. No, I think this was a solid movie. The effects are great. Not even just for the time. Like they're just good,
Uh,
honestly.
it's just like how Jurassic Park's effects still hold up. This effects still hold up.
And I don't know. I think it's a classic, and I'm probably always gonna like this movie. But I do like disaster movies, and this can definitely be classified as one. I think having the harvesters just be these leech forces going around destroying planets. It's like, yeah, all right, cool, that works.
Yeah, pretty much. Um,
And I honestly would think it would be cool. I know I mentioned it a few times that like if they want to do a Predator Alien Harvester crossover, go right ahead. I like how I used only one of the actual names there.
yes.
I said the movie names and then the one that's like barely even known.
Yes, exactly.
Most people don't know they're called the Harvesters.
They really don't. Like,
I mean, most people don't know the Predator's called the Yautja.
do we know how to say that?
No, I'm still gonna say it's Yautja because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But until it says it officially in a thing,
I just watched Killer of Killers. They don't say it out loud. It's just on
no.
text.
But it is actually in a text thing at the beginning.
Yes, it is.
So that's the first time it's been like this is their name in a movie.
Finally.
Yeah, but still, I need to hear somebody say it because until then, I'm just gonna say Yautja.
Yeah, exactly. So, next time we meet, it's time. It's about time we get to this franchise. So,
Oh no.
we're heading back to 2008 here.
Oh no. Oh no.
What
I'm
do you
not
think?
ready.
What do you think we're talking about?
If it's not the MCU in that year, I have no idea.
Oh no, it's Iron Man, my friend.
Oh God. I mean, don't get me wrong. Great movie. I'm just like we're getting into a rabbit hole I'm not ready for here.
It is time for Iron Man next week, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not ready.
You're ready. It's time. Show's
My
been going on
body is not ready.
show's been going on for 3 years. It's time for the MCU.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for listening today, and have a happy 4th of July. And we will see you guys next time for Iron Man